Ty, why should the personal development of emotional and social health be important to teens and young adults?
The personal development of emotional and social health with teenagers and young adults is very important. It's important because when we look at emotional health, your emotional health is your overall well-being, your overall health. And if a person is able to be in control of their emotional health, then they're able to deal with the challenges of the world. Now, that doesn't mean that a teenager or young adult will never be sad, angry, or upset. But when they have those challenges and they experience those moments where their triggers are pushed and they get upset or frustrated, they're able to cope and they're able to control themselves and not just fly off the handle and do something that they may regret or may get them in trouble. So when we look at emotional health, it's very important that a teenager and young adult learn at an early age how to be responsible and accountable for developing their emotional health. And when you have a good emotional health, that doesn't mean that a person still won't struggle with emotional challenges, or that doesn't mean that they won't have mental illness. Emotional health is something that we all should be working on, but at the same time too, if you need help beyond yourself, beyond your parents, your teachers, a guidance counselor, you can always, and I always strongly recommend, seek help from a licensed professional, a therapist, a psychiatrist, a doctor, someone who has the education, the schooling, the background from the university or some type of certification program, because they will have the treatment plans and the know-how to get you in your emotional health to a point where you feel really good about yourself and who you are. And I want to offer up at least a few suggestions on how you can work on, as a teenager and a young adult, your emotional health. The first thing is to take time to think. Take time to think. Think before you act. The second thing is to learn to manage your stress. And the third thing, I want you to practice on thinking positive, reading positive books, listening to positive music, listening and watching positive movies, just being positive intentionally. That will help you to grow your emotional health. And when we look at your social health for a teenager and young adult is your ability to create interpersonal relationships. How do you interact and engage with your family members, with your parents, your sisters and brothers? How do you engage with your classmates in school? Or if you have a job, how do you work with people at work? And how are you when you're in the community, or you're on a sports team, or you're just out playing sports with your friends and neighbors in your community? How are you in different situations, in different surroundings, in different environments? That's very important, because your social health creates your identity. It creates your character. It creates who you are, why you are, and how you are. And if you're a person who struggles with making friends, let's say you're shy, and let's say you struggle with self-esteem and being confident and being able to communicate effectively with other people, then again, you can go out and you can seek professional help from a doctor or a practitioner or someone within your community that your parents, your teachers, your guidance counselor, or someone who truly cares about you can help you out. And if you're a person, when it comes to your emotional and social health, you've experienced some type of trauma in your life and you don't have answers and you're still dealing with those repressed memories, again, look for professional help, because there is help out there for you, and it is ultimately up to you to develop a sound emotional and social health. You can do it. I know I've done it again and again. It's something I work on each and every day. So that's why it's very important for teenagers and young adults to develop their emotional and social health.